So this is a shady area. So things that grow well and have survived floods and drought in a way are the hydrangea there, the climbing hydrangea, which is really good. Ferns are fantastic, obviously. And we mentioned crocosmia before, and that does really well. This is the crocosmia lucifer, the red one, and that grows all over the garden and just self-seeds everywhere. So these two shrubs I put in last October, November. Luckily, they didn't get submerged in a flood. That's a real problem if they do get submerged. This one's spirea. I've got a couple of spirea and they do really well. This one's a lilac. I'm not sure how that's going to do. It's suffering a bit with the drought, but hopefully, and it is quite small, so I'm a bit worried if a flood comes that might get submerged, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it will survive. The bigger the shrub, the better when it comes to planting new shrubs when there's flooding. Another plant that's done really well in our garden is a beech. So we've got a beech hedge both here and at the front of the house, and they've just grown brilliantly. So we've put some sort of Mediterranean plants in planters to raise them and to hope they'll survive any flooding. So this is lavender, but we've also got sage, rosemary, Mediterranean herbs in raised beds to help them survive flooding. So we've got quite a lot of fruit trees that seem to do well, lots of apples growing here. We've also got a couple of pear trees, and I tend to plant bulbs around the bases of trees. So every year I plant a lot of daffodil bulbs, and they do survive pretty well, you know, even though they get flooded. I have also got a sort of mounded area, and bulbs in that tend to do better and flourish more because they're out of the water. So again, it's this risk of will they rot if there's prolonged flooding. But it's definitely worth planting bulbs, and we're coming up to bulb planting season, and it's just a really nice way of getting some colour in your garden. So this hydrangea, which is limelight paniculata, seems to do particularly well in both drought and flooding situations, better really than the sort of Annabelle varieties, I think.
So we've got a few plants here that are really good under flood conditions and will come back after being submerged for quite a while. So the hardy geranium here, or crane's bill. Here we've got a salvia uliginosa, I think it's called. This is an aster. This here, it's not in flower or anything, but that's a phyllictrum. They do well. And the linaria. Okay, some other plants that do well under flood conditions is this sedum, a lovely dark leafed one. This is another crane's bill, hardy geranium, with a lovely purpley pink flower. And here we've got the seed heads of some allium. Allium bulbs seem to survive quite well under flood conditions, so they're a good thing to plant. So we've got a physocarpus here, that does well in flood. Japanese anemone. And here we've got the tendrils from a wisteria coming from next door, which obviously doesn't mind being flooded. Quince has survived all the floods, seems to actually enjoy a lot of water.